Hi everyone, welcome to this masterclass. So so there's a lot we're going to learn today. Like you guys already know, my name is Kingsley, and I've been wanting to do this for some time now. So I'm just kind of waiting for a lot of people to join. So I already sent out the link to people I need to send out the link to. You understand? So in today's class, like you already know, we're going to learn a lot of stuff that is going to help us sharpen our digital skills and it's actually going to help us start making something meaningful online. You understand? So those are the things I plan that we're going to achieve in this class. So like I said, if you have any question or anything, you can always tell make use of the comments or the chat. I will I'll see it because I'm actually on my phone. So I'll be checking it out from there. And the most important thing before we move ahead is you need to know some things like this this online thing. It's actually a very important thing. What I mean is it's something that will require you to be patient, disciplined, and at the end of the day, you're going to see results, especially if you know exactly what you're doing. So I've been in this thing for a lot of time, a lot of years, and I know exactly what I'm saying. So it's been like 5 years or more since I've been doing this, and so it's been 5 years of discipline, hard work, and a lot of stuff. So those are the kind of values, or those are the kind of things I want you to put in mind. It's not something you just learn and you leave it and just go. You have to make sure you know exactly what you're doing. So in the course of the whole thing, if you have any question, we'll be here to answer your questions. And if there's any way I can help as well, I'll render the help. So that's it. I was just using the idea or the start to wait for people to join. So I'm going to go ahead to, you know, show you guys what I need to show you as quick as possible. So first of all, for you to, do this stuff, of course, you need some gadgets, just like a laptop, a smartphone, internet connections, and the likes. So these are the like most important things you need for you to get most of these things done because you are going to always be on your screens. It's an online thing. It's not like a physical thing where you always need to show up in the shop. This is your shop. You need to always show up online. So those gadgets that is going to keep you online, they are very, very, very needed. So the first thing I want to talk about is actually web design, which is actually what I enjoy doing myself. So for web design, there's a lot of stuff that you can actually do on the web space. You understand? So some people actually focus. Their main focus is on web design. I do web design and I do some other stuff as well. So, but for you to do web design, you need to make use of some things which I'm going to list out. One of those things are you can either use software. Remember, it's design. So you're going to be using some softwares to design the websites they're going to be making. And then you can also do web development. That means you develop this website. And under web design, some people actually focus on UI UX design. That means user experience and user interface. And you can also do some other stuff that relates to web design and the likes. But the easier one to learn is web design. Now, what I mean is there are different tools, just like WordPress. With WordPress, you can actually create beautiful websites, and these websites will rank on Google will help your customers, especially if you know exactly what you're doing, you understand. So I'm going to show you exactly how to set up a WordPress website and how you can actually market it, how you can do SEO, different stuff with it, you understand. So very easy and everything you need. After web design, then I'll show you how you can also do YouTube monetization. I can make money on YouTube because that's actually a very good platform that is going to help you make money if you know exactly what you're doing. You understand? So I think these two, and then I can show you some other ways that I've been able to also help myself, which you can actually find interesting as well. So that said, let's dive straight. Let me, go straight in to show you exactly how you can actually make use of your web design. So I'm going to be sharing my screen, and sharing my screen means that I'm going to walk you through how to do it step by step so that you know exactly how it's done. Now, the cost of all these tutorials, or as we're explaining, if you have any issues or you want to say something, you can always reach out in the chat or comment. I'm also looking at it right here and also looking at it on another screen and this one as well. So that means I'm going to be looking at all my screens and I'm going to be making sure I answer the questions as much as possible. So let me go ahead to share my screen or to share my screen, yes, so that we can actually kickstart the whole thing. You understand? So um, let me share the screen. Yes, so I believe you're seeing my screen now. Yeah, so for you, like I said, we're going to learn how to create a website, and that is under this web design of a thing. You understand? For you to be able to create a website, the tutorial, the web design stuff has already started. So for you to be able to create a website, you are going to need some tools, and one of those tools includes a domain name, hosting. I know these things might be new to you if you're just hearing it for the first time. Don't worry, I'm going to explain all of them step by step. So you are going to be needing some tools or some things for you to be able to make a website. In fact, every website on the internet has all these things that I'm telling you right now. So number one is the domain name. Now the domain name is the name of the website, just like jumia.com.ng. That is the name of the website. This is the domain, the name of the website. That is the domain. You understand? That is what we call domain name. Now, after you've gotten a domain name, now where this website is going to be hosted is what is referred to as the hosting. So you can take domain name as the name and hosting as as the storage space. Let me put that in a layman's understanding. That means just like for you to for you to build a house, you need the location. So the location is the name of the area, right? So that's what domain name is. And then the land where you're going to build the house, that is what the hosting. So the land is going to store all the house or everything you're going to put on the house. That's where it's going to be on the land. So hosting is going to store all your website files. You understand? So all the files that your website is going to have is going to be on your hosting. So that's exactly how to understand it very, very, very easily without confusing yourself. Now, as you've gotten your domain, I have gotten hosting. I'm going to show you where to buy them because you pay for these things. You understand? Now you can also try to do some free stuff, which I'm also going to guide you on how to do it. So don't worry. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it for free. But as you progress, you are going to start buying all of these things, and that is good for you to actually know exactly how it's done now, so that you won't forget. You understand? So if you want to buy a domain name, there are so many companies that sells domain name. So you can actually go to Google and type something like domain name. I'm going to show you the ones that I've been using myself to buy whenever I need to buy. So don't worry. But if you go to Google, if you do just quick Google search, you're going to see that a lot of companies or a lot of websites here are showing you that they actually help you buy, that you can actually register a domain name with them. So, but the ones I use, this is the ones I use. So the name of the ones I use is Namecheap. Now, don't worry. As the time progresses, I'm going to show you how to do so many things. So, but these are those the basics of everything you need to know. So This is Namecheap. Let me open it. So this is Namecheap, right? So right here now, you're going to see that you'll be asked to register a domain. Now, how do you register a domain? It's simple. All you just have to do is follow this um, what is it called? This page, this place. So you're going to insert the name you want to use. You want to register. Now, don't forget that registering a domain name, only one person can have access to a domain name. Only one person can have access to a domain name, and that means you if you register a domain name, another person cannot register the same domain name that you just registered. So we're going to, you know, do the step as though we want to register a domain name. So let me say I want to register this name now. I can register a .com or .com.ng or .co anything. So once I input the domain name, you're going to see that Namecheap is going to do a quick search to make sure that nobody has registered this before, and we can be able to now register it. Now, as you can see on the screen here, it says the domain name is available, and that is why we have this check mark here. So now that we've known that the domain name is available, you're going to see the price of the domain name. Now, when I'm making this, this tutorial or this master class we're having, domain name costs $11.28, and every month or every year we are going to be renewing it for $14.98. So this is actually a paid stuff. Now, once let's say you're interested, now you've bought a domain, and the next thing you're going to get is hosting. Now, don't play around with hosting because this is a place where you're going to store your website files. Don't forget the example I gave you that hosting is like your land. So if your land is not good, if you go and buy a land in a swampy area, that means the house you're building there is not going to be strong enough and, and can collapse at any time. So you must make sure that the hosting you are getting is a very good hosting that will be able to accommodate your website and all the files you are going to be uploading on it. You understand? So that is why you must make sure you are doing the right thing. You are buying the right hosting for the right kind of website you're about to create. You understand? So how do we now know the good hosting? All right. So there are various. If you also go to Google search and search for hosting, you're going to see thousands of hosting companies. So, but not all of them is always good. So I have tried out a lot of them over the course of how many years trying to doing this stuff, right? So I know exactly the ones that I recommend. And the ones I recommend is simple, is the one I use. You understand? So that means if you want hosting account, for instance, if you come to, let me show you something. There's this website called Contabo, right? They sell VPS, virtual private server. You don't worry about this one. You don't need this one as at the time I'm making this video, right? You don't need it. So don't worry about it. So but I want to show you something right in the process. So those hosting companies, they actually sell different packages, different things, different stuff about hosting, right? So there's what we call shared hosting. There's what we call VPS hosting, virtual private server, and there's what we call cloud VPS. Now, the cloud VPS, that means all your website files is going to be stored in the cloud. And that is exactly the one we want to use because we don't want all our website files to be stored in a data center that we are not sure of or that could collapse tomorrow. And that means your website is going to go off and everything you put on the website will disappear. You understand? So, but if you make use of cloud hosting, these cloud people already have the infrastructure, just like Google Cloud or Amazon Cloud. You understand? They already have the infrastructure. That means you are rest assured that nothing is going to happen. So there is a 99.9% uptime on your website. So you understand? For you to be able to do this, you're going to contact me if you need hosting because this one actually needs setup. It's not something you just buy because after buying it, you need to set it up. And I cannot start going through the process of setting it up for you right now because it's something that requires a learning curve. It's not something you set up today and that's it. So if you're going to get it, you're going to learn how to do it. That's exactly what I'm here. Okay. So if you want it, my DM is always open. You enter my DM and tell me, and then we can guide you on how you can now do it. Or maybe in another masterclass, I'm going to focus majorly on setting up your cloud host VPS. So that way it's simple. Now that said, we've gotten our domain, we've gotten our hosting. Now, how do we link this thing up? Because you need to link it up for you to be able to create a website. And that means when people go to, for instance, Jumia.com, it takes you to Jumia.com. Jumia.com does not take you to Amazon.com. So that is why it called link. You need to link the domain to hosting. So whenever people are searching the domain, they are being directed to this right source where the website file is stored. Now, how do we do that? We do that by after buying a domain. You after buying a domain and buying and hosting, the hosting is going to give you an IP address. So you need to make sure you connect your domain to that IP address. So whenever somebody searches for your domain, they are going to be redirected to that IP address because the way computer understands this thing is different from the way we human beings understand it. Computer works with codes and binaries and the likes of them. So whenever you search for a domain name, what is going to happen to the computer is going to ask it which IP address am I checking. So that your domain name already has that IP address and or is already forwarding to an IP address. So whenever you search, the computer already knows, okay, this is the IP address you want me to locate, right? It's going to now go ahead to locate. Now IP addresses are numbers. Let me show you examples of IP address. Okay, so this is an IP. Let me search for it. So let me show you. I hope you're getting something. Please, if you're getting something, make sure you signify so that we can be able to continue. So this is an example of an IP address. So as you can see here, we have different example of an IP address. So that means you are going to get that whenever somebody searches your domain, they are going to be redirected to this IP, now the domain to this IP, and also offer you its free service. Okay, so this Cloudflare I'm showing you, you can actually use it for free. In fact, it's for free. So you can actually pay for they have paid ones, but with the free account, you are going to be able to do all of these things that I just told you. So as I was saying, all these things are the things you need for you to be able to set up your web, um, for you to be able to set up your web design platform, because without these things you are not going to be able to set up this on your web platform. So like I said, you need hosting, you need a domain. Very, very, very important. Now I'm going to continue so that I can share with you some other stuff. Okay, so now that you've gotten your domain, you've also gotten your hosting account, and you have linked your domain to your hosting. Now, what are the next thing to do? So the next thing to do, don't forget in the beginning of this class, I told you that we are going to make use of WordPress. WordPress is the industry standard. Okay, so we are going to make use of WordPress. Okay, please note that we are making use of what WordPress. WordPress is the software we are going to use for us to be able to start creating those beautiful websites for both ourselves and for our clients and start making money. Don't worry, after I've showed you exactly how to create using WordPress, then I'm going to show you how you can actually start marketing and start getting people that are interested in giving you money for you to be able to render your services, creating this stuff for them. So don't forget. So keep um staying with me. And don't forget, if you have any question, we are always here. You can always, reach out with your questions, and I will gladly answer the questions as well. So now, I make use of what Cloudflare. So don't forget I want to show you how you can connect your domain to your hosting. So those are important stuff. Now, if you look over here, you see I have several domains there. These are the websites that I have created over some time right now. So I know exactly what I'm telling you. It's not as though I'm not just making. So now that we have this platform, we have this web platform called Cloudflare. Now, how do we add a domain? Because you need to add your domain for you to be able to link it to your hosting. It's simple. If you look at this place, you're going to see this section that says onboard a domain, which is exactly what we want to do. We want to onboard a domain. So if you click on onboard a domain, it's going to ask you to impute the domain that you want to onboard. So you just enter the domain name that you just bought. Don't forget, as I told you earlier on. So once you enter the domain you just bought, so what's going to happen? You're going to select this quick scan for DNS. Now, what is DNS? That leads me to another point. DNS is domain name server. Domain name server. So every domain name actually has a name server that is linked to it. Okay, so if you buy a domain, you are going to have a name server. Either the name server is going to be from the registrar, the company that you bought it from, or you can also change the name server to reflect the one you bought from your hosting. Now, if all of this grammar and speaking is too much for you, don't worry, you don't need it right now, to be honest, especially if you don't know anything about it. But with time, these are the things you need. Okay, you're going to eventually need it or know it. So but if it's too big, don't worry, you can always go back to rewatch this live stream because I'm going to leave it on this channel. Okay, so now we have entered our domain. Then the next thing you just do is come over here and click on continue. But this is not an actual domain. Now, this is not an actual domain because I have not registered it, so it might not work. Okay, it might not work, but well, it worked, and we proceed. So, look at what I told you about a free account, a free plan. You can actually make use of. You can actually make use of a free plan. Let me get this thing straight. Okay, you can actually make this use of this free plan, and with this free plan, you can start linking your domain and your hosting. So I don't want to go ahead to start talking about a lot of stuff, but you can select this plan now. And once you select it, it's going to move you to the next step. And then this next step is now where you're going to do the connection. Now, primarily, if you buy a domain and hosting from my let's say you buy a domain and hosting from me, you are not going to go through this step. If you buy domain and hosting from some component, you are not going to go through this step. But it's good to know exactly what's going on in the background. That's exactly what I'm teaching you, I'm telling you. Because when you buy a domain and hosting from maybe one person or one company, they already do this part for you. So you don't even need to stress. All you just need to do is to proceed to using your WordPress, okay, which is the software or the tool we use. So now, like I said, after we've entered the domain we want to add, now we need to add records. Now, what are records? Now, these records are what your computer understands. These records is what you're going to tell your whenever you're searching that okay, when somebody said Jumia.com, please take them to Jumia.com. This is the IP address of Jumia.com. You understand? Not that whenever they are searching for Jumia.com, you take them to Konga.com. No, IP address is what you're going to use here and A records. So we have different types of record, A record, AACA. But right now, we want to make use of A record. So at this name section, you can enter your domain name. But when you enter the symbol at, it's going to signify that it's at your domain name. You understand? So this IP address is very important now. So this is the IP address for one of my stuff. So you just enter a random IP address. So just enter a random I say not random, sorry. How do you get this IP address? You're going to get this IP address from your hosting. So when you buy hosting, they'll give you IP address, they'll give you name servers. So you can either use any of them to link it to the domain. But for me, I love A records with I am this IP address because it's simple. Select the A record, add this add symbol, add the IP address, and just click on save. You're good to go. Very simple. Do you understand? So you can do that and also add a www records. That means people like to go to www version of the website. And when they do that, if you don't have the records, it's not going to work. So but when you have it here, you just add it and boom, enter the IP address of the server again and click save. Now after you've done save, very much simple. Then you can continue to activation. So they are going to tell you to go and change your name servers now. When you continue to activation, see, let me continue so that we can go to the next step. So right now, Cloudflare is going to detect that okay, you need to change your name servers. So they gave me two name servers to change. So you just go to where you bought the domain, search for name servers. You're going to see the select on custom name servers, then add this one from Cloudflare and boom, after that your domain is going to be linked to your hosting. Now after your domain is linked to your hosting already, let me show you something. Okay, so let's say now you've connected your domain to your hosting. Now the next thing you need to do is to install the software that we're going to use. Okay, and don't forget, the name of the software I told you we are going to use is what? WordPress. So let me go over to this section so that I can show you exactly how you can so that I can show you exactly how you can, go about it. Okay. So keep watching. I'm actually checking out you guys. If I had any comments. So there's no comment so far. Please, if you're enjoying the tutorial, also leave a thumbs up. That's the only way you can support me. Also say thank you for sharing. And if you need anything, maybe I'm not saying something you're interested in, or you want to hear some other stuff, you want to know some other stuff, tell me in the chat or in the comments. I'll be there to answer you anytime. So right now we've installed this is let's say this is domain and this is the hosting. Don't worry about this part. We've installed what we want to install. Now we want to install WordPress. Okay. Now every panel, this panel is different from C panel or from other panels. But with every panels, you are going to be able to install WordPress from the panel. The hosting is going to provide you the panel to install WordPress with. So don't worry. So if you buy hosting from me, you're going to be given this one simple and straight. Then you can install WordPress. But if you have hosting from other companies, you can actually they're going to give you panels in your email so you can actually log in and install. So if you want to install WordPress now, pretty much simple. As you can see here, we have this thing that says quick install. So once you click on quick install, it's going to bring you here. And if you watch out here, you see that we have several tools or softwares that we can install. But don't forget, I told you we are making use of this one, WordPress, which is the industry standard. Okay, so we are making use of WordPress, the industry standard. So now what we need to do is to click on setup. Once you click on setup, it's going to take you to this section. So as you can see here, it's already saying that I already uploaded a WordPress on it. So because I already have a WordPress site on this one. So no need to reinstall, but all you just need to do to install is add excuse me. So all you just need to install is add all of these details. So you add your site name, username, email address, password, and that's it. Don't just leave all these other ones on tampered. And then PHP version, make sure it's always on the latest PHP version. And that's it. You don't need magic. After that, just click on this save section. Once you click on this save, that's it. And everything is going to be added to you. So once you have installed WordPress now, you just go to the site. So in this case, the name of the site is my awards top. So if I go to the website now, you're going to see that I'm going to show you exactly how I installed this website on this particular domain. So continue and let's go. So the reason why I'm actually taking my time to show you all of this step and not even jumping it is because you need to know exactly how all these things works. Okay, so I can decide to jump it and just go straight to telling you how you can design and that's it. But also understanding how this thing works um, will give you a better view on how you can actually use all of these things I've showed you to better your career in this web design space. Okay, so it's better for you to know it, even if you don't think it's going to be useful now. Trust me, it's going to be very, very useful because when I was when I was learning, I barely had all this information. I just learned by trial and error then and then the like. So now what we need to do is to log in the back end of the website. Once we are at the back end, that is where we can now customize and do a lot of stuff. So all I'm going to do is log in the website. So once we're able to log in now, we will see the dashboard. Okay, so I'm waiting for it to log in and so that we see the dashboard. So if you have any question, please always indicate in the chat, and then we can always go back and show you exactly how it's done. So this is the back end of the website, right? This is the WordPress website back end, and now at this back end is where all the magic happens. Okay, So this is where all of the magic happens. And now one of the magic we want to do is we want to be able to design that website. So if I come over here to visit site and open this in a new tab, we are going to see the website that is on the is on the domain. Now, how did I get this website up and up immediately without wasting time? It's simple. All I just did was to install a theme and install the content from the theme. Now, the name of the theme, don't forget, with WordPress, you're working with themes and plugins. Okay, we are working with what themes and plugins with WordPress. Okay, so let me check if I have if I have a chat. Okay, okay, so let's proceed. So we're going to use themes and plugins for our WordPress site because that's exactly what we need to do. You can create any, almost literally any type of website with your WordPress site. Okay, so if you just joined, thank you. If you have any question, please make sure you're reaching out in the chat because I'm actually checking it out every time to make sure that I'm able to answer, to make sure I'm able to. Okay, somebody said they are unable to comment. Okay, let me see if that is actually coming from me. Please stay with me. Let me see if let me see if comments if okay, let me see. Please stay. Let me see if there's something I did not do right. People should be able to comment, right? People should be able to comment. Let me see. Please stay with me. Yes, I can comment. Look at it now. I commented and it worked. So, if you want to comment, it's simple. Just click on the live chat. You're going to see that you can actually comment. Okay, so you can actually comment. Okay, so if you're having difficulties, please let me know. Okay, so let me continue with this design stuff that I'm saying, or because I had okay. Please stay with me. Let's proceed now. I'm just trying to set some things up. Okay. So like I was saying, this is like so for us to be able to do this web design stuff, we're going to use this platform or this tool called WordPress. Now, this WordPress, you can install it on your domain, like I just showed you the whole process, or you can actually install this WordPress on your laptop or your system. Now, how do you install this WordPress on your laptop or on your system? We are going to use this tool. Just search for local WP or WP local. Okay, this is a local WP. This is the software that you can install on your system for you to be able to start using WordPress. Now, if you click on local WP, it's actually going to take you to this section here. As you can see here, it says here the number one local WordPress development tool. So that means local WordPress is actually going to be installed on your laptop, and then you can be able to now start creating websites. Skip those parts that I showed you in the beginning of this masterclass, the ones that have to do with hosting, domain. You can skip all of those parts, install this local WP in your system, and start creating beautiful website. But any day you will need to make the website live, like have a domain, then that's the day you go ahead and buy a domain, buy hosting, then import the website from this local host to that new environment. Do you understand me? So this local environment, very, very good if you're just starting out, if you just want to start creating. You don't want to worry about technical stuff in the beginning, because if you don't use this one, that means you are going to start worrying about hosting, domain name, how to link it up, how to set it up, how to install the WordPress on it, and then how to start making sure everything is good. If you want to skip that part first and then focus on designing, learning new integrations, learning how it works, then later you can now come back and learn exactly how you can now move it to a live site. Then you need local WP, because with local WP, you can actually install this on your laptop and it's for free. Guys, did I even mention that? I think I did mention that before. So you can see download for free. You can get it for free. And you can get hosted. They just started offering hosting if I'm right. I don't think they offer hosting before, but if you want to get hosting, they say get hosting. But don't do this, okay? If you want hosting, contact me. I'll set up a very good stuff for you. That's exactly how it's done. So now this is local WP, and like I said, we are going to download this for free. Do I need to download this? I don't need to download it because I'm not using it on this system, but I already have it downloaded somewhere. So me myself, I even use it. Okay, if I'm not using it, I will not bring it here. I will not talk about it. So I know it works, and it works for most laptops, especially if your laptop is good and has a lot of space and RAM, then it's going to work on your laptop. So all you just need to do is click on download for free. It's going to download and everything is going to be up and running. So if you look at this section, it's already showing you exactly how some of them work. So when you download it, this is exactly how it's going to work, or it's going to be like. You can actually have a lot of websites and then connect them to the internet when you need to connect them. So local WP must have if you're starting out. So go ahead, download this thing for free. Now, once you've downloaded local WP, then you're going to find out that you can now go ahead to install WordPress, just like the way I showed you before on how you can actually install WordPress. So let's say you've installed WordPress now. You've installed WordPress and everything is good to go. Then your WordPress is going to be like this. This is the back end of your WordPress. As you can see here, it says, welcome to WordPress. So it's already welcoming you already. Okay. So now the next thing you need to do is, after you've gotten your WordPress installed and you've gotten to this page that says welcome to WordPress, then the next thing you need to do is to start designing. And before, I was making mention of themes and plugins. Please, I would like you guys to say something in the comments if you are enjoying the tutorial. So make sure you are you know tell us, so that we know that you are following. And then yes, I just want to make sure everything is in place. So I'm checking some things out myself. Yeah, exactly. Okay, good stuff. Okay. Yes, you guys have seeing it. Okay, okay. So right now, I was making mention of themes and plugins. You need this stuff for your WordPress site, because every WordPress site actually works with themes and plugins. Now, there are free themes, there are paid themes, there are free plugins, there are paid plugins. In fact, how do you locate a theme? Simple. Come over here, come to this section that says appearance, and they are going to see theme under it. Look at it very well. So you're going to come to this section that says appearance, and then you're going to see this theme. So once you click on theme, it's going to take you to the WordPress repository, where you're going to find thousands and thousands of themes. Okay. So how do you even find it? You click on add a theme. Once you click on add a theme, boom, you can actually go ahead now to start adding the theme. I'm still getting complaints. Let me see if what's the problem. So people are saying they are unable to comment. on the live stream. I don't know why is that so, because I have to make sure everything is working. Let me please bear with me as I just make sure I fix these things and then we proceed. Okay, so let's proceed. So this is the WordPress. This is the WordPress repository, and then you can find thousands and thousands of themes and plugins. Okay, why can't people comment? I've done everything here. Please stay with me. I'm having some issues with. Please let me fix this thing up, then we'll proceed. Please let me fix this thing up, and then I'll continue with what I'm teaching. I think there will be a part two because I don't know if I can be able to teach everything here. Now I think I'm going to teach it right now and then have a little break and then come back and continue. But please trying to see if because I'm having some difficulties with some people about a particular about not being able to have the full potentials of what the live stream can do. So I'm trying to fix it up so that everything will be beneficial to all of us. So probably I might just end this live stream here. Okay. What's gonna happen is I'm having some difficulty with somebody, which is very important, and I want to make sure everybody's going along with us. So I'm going to for now pause this live stream, and then I'm going to come back and continue from where I stopped. The reason why I'm pausing is I want to make sure that all my settings was done correctly. Maybe I didn't do a particular settings properly because I don't. I'm not seeing any difficulties from here, from my end here. I think I need to do some. There's a little stuff I need to settle. So I think when I sort it out, and then I'll come back and continue from where I stopped. So for now, I'm going to end the live stream, and then I'll come back and continue the live stream when I fix these things up. Okay. So please, I want to make sure you you are at least the ones you've watched, you'll be able to get one or two information. So just give me a few minutes. Let me just end this live stream, and then I'll come back to continue the live stream, and then make sure that everything is fixed and done here before we proceed to the next one. Okay. And then the next one, I will talk about the web design completely, and then um I'm going to share some other ways to make money, and then I'll talk about the YouTube monetization, and I'll talk about how you can actually promote the digital skill you've learned in order for you to make sales, because that's the most important thing. Because it's one thing to learn, it's another thing to make sales. You start getting or start using what you've learned. I'll share with you my secret how I've been able to do it, or what I'm currently doing to get all those things done, and then from there you can actually get inspired or get inspiration, do your stuff, add to whatever you're doing, and hopefully you also start making sales or start getting new clients. So let me go ahead, end this one, and then come back after some few minutes in order for me or in order for us to get all the information that we need. Okay, so I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay with me and don't go far because I'm coming back soon.